770 KAAM, Garland, Dallas, Fort Worth.
From Learfield on the Mustangs Sports Network, live from Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. Brought to you by BMW. Test drive one at your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers. Credit Union of Texas. Be a part of something unexpected. CUTX.org. Experience more. The Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options. Visit lyle.smu.edu. Also by Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Find your comfort zone. And by Ruthie's Rolling Cafe, voted the best grilled cheese in Texas. Here is your host, Rich Phillips.
Good evening and welcome to another week of the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I am Rich Phillips here at Ozona Grill and Bar every Monday night from 7 to 8 and on 770 KAAM as we talk SMU basketball with the head coach of the SMU Mustangs, Coach Jank. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Good to be here.
Good to be here after a nice win yesterday afternoon, 86-61 over East Carolina, and a game I would say your guys needed.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, basketball is really fun when shots go in. It's really a simple game. You know, when a whole bunch of guys are making a whole bunch of shots, everything looks smooth. I said this last week. You know, so many times from a fan standpoint, and I'm guilty too. I watch a game, and you know, if people are shooting well, you think, man, they're really playing well, but it really doesn't necessarily mean you're playing great. It just means you're shooting great. And sometimes you're playing great and you're not making shots at all and you look terrible. And sometimes you're making a bunch of shots and you're really not playing all that well. But I can tell you this for sure. It's a lot nicer when your team is making shots.
I agree with you. It's a lot easier for me to paint the picture on radio when the shots go in. I get a lot more excited when that happens.
Darn right.
And that was the way I started off pregame with you yesterday was, you know, it's not like you went home from Connecticut Thursday night and you went into the gym and were a taskmaster to fix all the things that went wrong, because with a team that shoots 46-47% on the season, there's no explanation really other than just wasn't your night.
No, my gosh. I'm telling you, I'm trying to go back and in my memory, as long as it goes back, which sometimes it gets a little foggy, but we shot as poorly as any team I can remember ever being with. Honestly, I don't remember ever being, in any capacity in a game where the team that I was part of shot in the 20s. I've just never seen it, and we really picked a bad night. And despite that, we're ahead by 4 or 6 with about 9 to go, and we can't shoot worse. And then the bottom fell out, and looking at it, we looked at defensively. We were good enough to win the game. We rebounded well enough to win the game. We didn't turn it over all that much. That was good enough to win the game. But, my gosh, when you just, some nights you're just going to be ice cold. And hopefully there's another 20-some years before we do that again, I hope.
I agree. And, we looked it up, and there was only one that was even close since you've been here.
Was there one close?
Close. A conference tournament game the first year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was about 28.5.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
We were in the 20s.
I know. I was shocked.
I wiped the 20s out of my memory. They just get wiped away by the next morning.
But that was the only one that was even close.
I would have told you that I've never even been in a game, and that's happened here. So that means it's happened a bunch more, and I'm just up here lying to you all right now.
You can blame that one on Herman Hudson.
Making the whole thing up. Yeah.
He looked it up, so that's why I know it.
Well, I guess I don't know if it makes me feel better or worse. I'm not sure. No.
But it did show to me what an outlier Thursday was. And then Sunday I thought again showed what an outlier Thursday was. Not that you're going to shoot 62% every game either. You said it on the postgame with us yesterday. Could we not have kind of split the difference between the two games?
We needed to play it in the middle a little bit and take a few off here and put a few more on there, and I don't think that was very smart on our part. But that game, how about the first half? Every time out they'll give me a stat sheet and you kind of get a rundown of what's going on, and I mean, it was like every time I got it, like we're shooting 75 and they're shooting 69. We can't stop them, they can't stop us. And as much as I do like, shots going in, of course, I learned at an early age that if you're not stopping your opponent, you got some problems over the long run, over the long course of the game. So I was really concerned early on, even though we had a nice cushion and we're making the shots. But I know we're not going to end up at 70%, for gosh sakes. And hopeful they don't. And then when all the smoke clears and you look at the stats in the end, it was great. I think that we held them to 40% or something like that, and plenty good enough to win. But they were really hot. They're not a great three-point shooting team traditionally, and they came out firing. But I'm just really glad we were doing the same on the other end.
Yeah, I think it was maybe at the under 8 timeout when we looked at the stat sheet, and there'd only been about 11 rebounds in the game.
Yes.
Not for you.
Exactly.
Total. But then I added up the missed shots, and I was like, that's 11.
Well,
that's it.
I looked
That's
at
how it
rebounding
works.
once. It was like, the offensive rebounding at one of the time. I'm thinking, we're not offensive rebounds. Well, we missed 4 shots. We got one of them back. I mean, how many are there? And,
None.
It was crazy. It was a crazy game.
You get 20 points from 2 different guys, and none of them named Shake Milton yesterday afternoon. I think that's got to excite a lot of people. Jamal McMurray really bounced back from a rough game with an 8 of 12 shooting performance, and that's the kind of offense I think that we're hoping you can see from him. That's kind of offense we were hoping was going to be provided off the bench for this team. Unfortunately, now it's in a starting role due to circumstances, but it was great to see him shoot that well.
Yes, so he's had, a good number of those games. Every now and then still he'll have a rough one. It was a really rough game that at Connecticut, obviously, and at Cincinnati was probably, he admitted, it was the worst game he's ever played. So he's been a little up and down. I hope this fuels his confidence, and we've spent a lot of time on the last several days and tried to make sure that he understood. I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. In his defense, he hasn't been with us very long. He wasn't here this summer when we practiced all those hours, and when we went to Canada and we trained for 10 days, and then he just gets plugged in September when we're trying to get our team ready to play games that he's not going to play in. And so and partly on us, it's not an easy thing to do to get a guy acclimated perfectly that's not eligible right away. So in his defense, there's a good reason that he's a little bit inconsistent now, but you can see on given nights he's had some big games for us, and he was really, really good yesterday, and I hope that confidence-wise it keeps him headed in the right direction. And
then Jimmy Witt with 20 points yesterday, a mere 9 of 11 shooting from the floor, and for a guy who his shots are all going to be, he's really developed his mid-range jumper is coming in for him, but basically he's going to shoot from 15 and in, right?
And he can really shoot it.
Boy, he can, and the way he can get to the basket and finish too.
Yeah, no, he's really found his way, and we've tried to find ways to help him be successful, and he's really spent a lot of time. He's another one of our very, very dedicated guys. He's in the gym. There was a game at home I'll never forget. And he had a rough game at home, and we have a practice gym back that we practice in that's connected to Moody, and so after games it takes a long time before I ever leave, and when I finally left, he's in the gym still shooting long after a game. And how do you not love guys like that? How do you not love guys that they care and they're going to spend extra time and they're always working at it? I mean, I can't ask for anything more than that, and it's paying off for him. He's been spending a lot of time. He's been playing awfully well. He's had a lot of really good games lately. I've said this a million times. He's a very bright player. He's a high IQ player. He knows what's going on more than just his position all the time. He actually, asked for a couple things. He's always trying to make a suggestion or two in a game, which I love. I like our guys to feel that, because in the middle of a game sometimes they can feel something or see something that the coaches can't feel, and he's one of those kind of guys, and I'm happy for him. He's enjoying success. He's a huge part, obviously, of our team, and we need him, and it's great to see him doing well.
6'3" point guard shouldn't average 5 rebounds per game.
No.
And not rebounding the ones he's picking up off the floor either.
Yeah, he's really athletic, as you can see. He's really long too. He's sneaky long. If you really look at him, his reach is his arm span, however you want to say it, is really, really long. So that helps him play much taller than he is. He doesn't look like the strongest guy that you ever have seen, but he's wiry strong, and he's got really good quickness, and he's got a nose for the ball, and he also is. Part of why he's rebounding is he's a competitor, and he takes a look around. He's like, we don't exactly look like we don't look like the Boston Celtics right now, and so we all got to pick up our area. He's had some big rebounding games, obviously some big steal games. He's had some big scoring games. He's had some big assist games. In other words, he's a really good all-around player, and Very valuable.
Last week he averaged 17 points, 4.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he made the conference honor roll this week for Jimmy Witt. So
well
big
deserved.
Week, very well deserved.
Yes.
This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. Every week we do take questions from the fans. You can send them in during the week at SMUMustangs.com by hitting the Ask the Coach button. You can submit your questions on Twitter with the hashtag of Fast Track, or you can join us live in person each Monday night at Ozona Grill and Bar from 7 to 8 and submit questions with our staff here. We're going to talk about the character of this SMU basketball team. That's coming up next here on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
While you're enjoying SMU basketball, More Disposal and Recycling Services is busy managing your trash. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. More Disposal offers complete waste management, from equipment purchases and installation to service and maintenance, all completed in-house. No job is too big or too small. We also offer Paper Retriever, a free paper recycling program for schools and churches. Call 214-357-HELP and let's talk trash. That's 214-357-HELP. Family owned and operated by SMU alumni, More Disposal supports SMU basketball. Pony up!
Business is a game, and if you want to win, you have to be faster, smarter, and more focused than the competition. Which is why SMU Cox offers the Fast Track 1-year MBA, designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Learn from world-class faculty, study with driven peers, and connect to a global alumni network spanning 80 countries. The Fast Track 1-year MBA, a major career highlight, only from SMU Cox. More online at coxgrad.com.
When it comes to your signage needs, trust the experts at Fast Signs North Central. With more than 50 years of knowledge, Fast Signs North Central will help provide you with a true turnkey experience. From branding and design work to complete production and installation, let Fast Signs North Central make your vision a reality by calling 214-890-4444 or find them online at fastsigns.com/11. Fast Signs North Central. More than fast, more than signs. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms, the official freestanding ER of SMU, and your neighborhood no-wait ER. With 3 facilities conveniently located near you, we're able to provide the Dallas area with upscale, quality care for all your emergency needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit HighlandParkER.com for more information. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms. Pony up.
He's down and might be out for the season.
What if basketball players had warranties? It's not pretty when you see your star player go down. It could change the whole season. But what if players had warranties? Like the 2017 Nissan Titan with America's best limited truck warranty. They'd be up and running in no time. Take on today. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the SMU Mustangs. Call 1-888-858-8319 or see dealer for limited truck warranty details.
If you're an SMU fan, you bring your game face to the game. But if you're an SMU super fan, your car brings its game face too. By wearing an official red and blue SMU toll tag. Because super fans know nothing says you pony up everywhere you drive like an NTTA SMU toll tag, just $19.99. To get yours, stop by SMU Parking and ID Services or any toll tag store location. The North Texas Toll Tag Authority. Get there smarter.
This is Fast Track with Jankovich. I'm Rich Phillips. Here at Ozona Grill and Bar every Monday night from 7 to 8, talking SMU basketball with the Mustangs head coach. Remind you, our show brought to you in part by ZipRecruiter. Find qualified candidates quickly and easily with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter, the leading job site of Mustang fans everywhere. For a free trial, go to ZipRecruiter.com/SMU. Mustangs on the road this week, Thursday night, a 7 o'clock tip at Tulsa. It'll be on CBS Sports Network and right here on 770 KAAM beginning at 6:45 Thursday with our pregame show, and then off once again this weekend for SMU. So you get lots of rest in this weekend, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I know how it works. Doesn't work that way, does it?
No.
Let's talk a little bit about the character of your team this year. And it really struck me just about last week, because at this time last week, it was a really bad week for you. We just learned news that you've lost 2 players for the remainder of the season with Jeray Foster and Everett Ray to injuries. And then you go Thursday night, and we just talked about the game you had up there Thursday and the dreadful shooting night against Connecticut. And it seems to me like, that is a spot right there where you got guys going down. You got everything going against you in a game like that. And it could have set you up for a clunker on Sunday, I think,
100%.
at home against East
100%.
Carolina. And we saw, as we just detailed, nothing but the opposite of that on Sunday.
Exactly. So let's go back. Let's go back and think about, and I don't think they get enough credit, honestly. But Benny Malagu, Shake Milton, and Jeray Foster a couple of years ago get the news in September that, hey, you guys, you don't get to go to postseason.
Yeah.
Okay. You're on probation. You didn't do anything wrong, but you're on probation. And, oh, by the way, in the next several years, we're going to take 9 or 10 of your scholarships away. But don't worry about all that. So that's where it started. That's where their character, like, they could have left. They could have gotten mad and left and quit and whatever. And how could you blame them? You know, they didn't do anything wrong, and they don't get to go to postseason. So then last year comes, and you know, we play basically the whole season with 7 guys, and the character that they had to show to do what they did is still one of the most amazing things that I have seen guys do. You know, that basically 6 guys played the whole season, every minute. It was to me, it speaks volumes of the character of those guys. And then you move forward, and they didn't know Shimmy would leave early. Shimmy leaves early, and now they find themselves with 3 returning guys: Benny Malagu, Shake, and Jeray. And then we have 9 guys we think we're going to be able to play with in November, December, but Okoye is hurt for the whole thing. So they look up and they go, look, we got 4 freshmen, the 3 of us, and we got a red shirt and Jimmy Witt sitting out. That's our entire team. That's the whole team that we have. And we're going to play Arizona, and we're going to play USC, and we're going to play Boise State, and we're going to do it with 8 guys.
Yep.
And those guys, I will never forget this as long as I live. The Arizona win, and again, I go back to my memory, but the Arizona win by those 8 guys with another poor shooting night, and a tremendous size disadvantage, as you well know, and foul trouble, was one of the greatest character wins I've ever been associated with in my entire life. Nobody could do that without incredible resolve and fight and character and all those things. And so I couldn't possibly be more proud of a group of guys. And then, of course, you move forward, and we just keep throwing stuff at them. We just now we just keep throwing more stuff at them. And
yeah, don't overlook that win 2 weeks ago at Wichita when they see one guy go down 5 minutes in.
Exactly. You know, one of the best players in the league is now not on your team, and you're at Wichita, and you know that's another great example. I mean, no one's gone in there and do that, but these 8 guys or whatever, I don't know how we ate or because Everett was out. We had 8 that night. We had 8 that night too. Yeah, we had 8 guys.
We were just preparing for the future, unfortunately.
Exactly. Everett was hurt, and then Jeray goes down. So they do it again, and they do it again, and they just never. We just even last year we just kept saying we're not going to use this excuse. We're never. I don't care if as long as we got 5. As long as we got 5, if we could take the floor, by God, we're going to fight. And these guys have completely bought into it, but buying into it is one thing, but having the character, and I don't know the right word, character, incredible character, those guys are amazing, and I know that they are appreciated, and I know a lot of people love them, but I don't think people really understand what that group has been through and has overcome to do the things they've done. I do. I live it firsthand every day. And I'm telling you, I could not be more proud. You have to also give a lot of credit to the other guys. I'm talking about them, but hey, the other guys that have been playing and finding a way and buying into whatever we have to do, and no matter how tough the circumstances, and they keep throwing them at us. Benny Malagu, I said this. He didn't practice for 2 days. He was hurt in the Connecticut game. He came back and played hurt. We don't play injured, but sometimes guys are hurt. And he was hurting. He had swelling. He couldn't practice the 2 days. We didn't know if he was going to play yesterday. And you saw how he played yesterday. It was unbelievable. Yep. He didn't practice for 2 days, so there shows you what coaching does for you.
He shouldn't practice the rest of the year, right?
He just visualized it. So, but he's a fifth-year senior. He knows. He watches. He knows exactly what's going on. But I mean, look what he just did. And Shake played in pain the whole time. You've seen that. He's playing, in a great deal of pain last night. Still finds a way to help his team win. He won't come out of the game. No, you need to come out. Nope, I'm not. Nope. And he's over there on the bench, and he's in pain. And that's who these guys are. They're fighting to the bitter end, and I'm telling you, I love them for that. And I, again, because people don't really know, they just kind of, they turn it on and like, hey, there's SMU. They don't know what these guys have been through. They don't know what they're going through, and I do, and I love them, and I hope people really appreciate them.
Well, and I feel like your 3 returnees that you have, they learned it from the guys that they played with early in their careers, because that team 2 years ago that couldn't go to the postseason, the mantra was to try to win them all.
Yes.
And they took a pretty good shot at it, but went at the first 18 that year. And so guys like Nick and Ben and Sterling that really helped lay the foundation for them.
That's exactly right.
And so hopefully these guys, and it looks like they are laying the foundation for William Douglas and Ethan Shagwa and Everett Ray and Elijah Landrum going forward. And it's – I don't know if you can recruit character, if that's something that you try to identify in kids.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. You sure try. No question about it. And the older I've gotten and the longer I've coached, the higher I put that premium. Should have learned that at a younger age, but talent is very, very important. And believe me, you can't win without good players. I don't care who you are. And there's been a lot of great coaches with the losing seasons or losing records or whatever. Great coaches. You have to have good players, but character with talent, there's nothing better, and that's what makes great teams. That's what makes for enjoyment. That's what makes for really being proud of the entire organization. And we try very hard to recruit the best talent with character that we possibly can.
It's got to be something that's pretty hard to identify sometimes in 16 and 17-year-old kids, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and again, not to say you're perfect in that area, and sometimes you ask all the right questions too, but everybody wants to help somebody, and sometimes you don't get the entire message or whatever. But you also you rely on your instincts too, and you try to do your homework the best you can. And I can say this, that, gosh, we have some really, really good young men on our team. So just a privilege to coach them.
SMU will be back on the road this Thursday night, 7 o'clock, playing at Tulsa. Let's talk about the other guys. We talked about your returning guys. Let's talk about those 4 freshmen and where things are with their development here as we get to, believe it or not, the last third of the season. Can you believe that?
No.
Almost really the last quarter of the season,
no,
if you can believe
incredible.
that. We'll talk about those freshmen coming up next here on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
Mustangs basketball season has arrived. And our good friends over at the Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue have the perfect spot with the best patio in town. So head on over to Ozona and watch the madness unfold on TVs while eating some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice-cold drinks. Again, that's Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Look them up at ozonagrill.com. That's ozonagrill.com. Pony up, SMU.
The all-new BMW X3 was built for those who desire more. More passion, more exploring, more leaving your comfort zone and never returning. With iDrive 6.0, available safety features like active blind spot detection and xDrive intelligent all-wheel drive. Because for some, more isn't a maybe, it's a must. The all-new BMW X3, capable of more. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Test drive at one of your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
If you're an SMU fan, you bring your game face to the game. But if you're an SMU super fan, your car brings its game face too. By wearing an official red and blue SMU toll tag. Because super fans know nothing says you pony up everywhere you drive like an NTTA SMU toll tag, just $19.99. To get yours, stop by SMU Parking and ID Services or any toll tag store location. The North Texas Toll Tag Authority. Get there smarter.
When it comes to your signage needs, trust the experts at Fast Signs North Central. With more than 50 years of knowledge, Fast Signs North Central will help provide you with a true turnkey experience. From branding and design work to complete production and installation, let Fast Signs North Central make your vision a reality by calling 214-890-4444 or find them online at fastsigns.com/11. Fast Signs North Central. More than fast, more than signs.
Are you really into food? I mean, really into food? Do you slice your own bacon? Do you have a favorite squash? Do you know what truffles taste like? Can you spell bouillabaisse? Does the phrase sauce packet make you sad? When I say cheese, do you smile? Have you ever read a cookbook and thought, now this would make a good movie? Do you like chicken piccata? Getting caught in lo mein? Ever thought of getting figgy with it? Are you really into food? If the answer's yes, Central Market awaits. With handmade sausages, an on-site bakery, acres of veggies, and aisles of experts, this is where you get consumed by food. Iceberg lettuce, Titanic shrimp, angel hair, and devil's food. From juicy white cherries to black molasses, Central Market is ripe with succulent samples and fresh perspective. Fill a basket with your favorites and fill your head with ideas. Central Market, for those really into food. Visit our 5 DFW locations, including our newest store at Preston Royal.
This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich, and I'm Rich Phillips with you every Monday night from 7 to 8. We're at Ozona Grill and Bar here on Greenville Avenue, just across Central Expressway from the SMU campus. The Mustang Band is the hub of SMU spirit, and now you can show your support by joining the Diamond M Club. Memberships are open to all Mustang fans, and we encourage you to join by visiting DiamondMClub.com and help support the all-volunteer Mustang Band. We're not get to hear them for a couple of weeks. Next home game is the 11th, I believe it is, against a little old team called Cincinnati.
Oh my gosh!
By the way, so
wow.
We'll talk about them next.
I don't
week.
look way ahead. Thanks for the help.
We'll just leave it with you got one game this week. It's
yes,
at Tulsa coming up on Thursday night, 7 o'clock tip for SMU against the Golden Hurricane. All right, I went back and looked here this afternoon as I was thinking about the freshmen on the team this year, and you know, we won't lie that by obviously Ethan Shagwau's been fantastic, going to be a candidate I would think for the freshman of the year in the American Athletic Conference. When you look at numbers, they're not all what you want. It's not all what the players want either, obviously, for this season. But I'll give you some other numbers. Jeray Foster, he's a pretty good player for you, right?
Pretty good.
He
was.
He was, yes.
And he will be again.
As a freshman, he only played 17 minutes a game and averaged under 5 points and 3.5 rebounds per game. Sterling Brown, he was a pretty good player for you, right?
Yeah.
As a freshman, he averaged 4.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 19.5 minutes per game. And Shimi Ojale, he turned out okay, I think, right?
Pretty good.
Now, he wasn't here as a freshman. He was at Duke, but do you know what
he averaged? I know what he averaged.
I don't know what he averaged because I didn't bother to write down his average. I wrote down his point total.
47 in a year and a half, I think.
In a year and a half, yeah. His freshman year, it was 28.
Right, 28.
As a freshman, and it was 15 rebounds as a freshman because he played 4.5 minutes a game.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is let's not look at numbers always on freshmen because they really don't tell the story, because I think what gets lost a lot of times is what you're asking these guys to do and what their role is. And to me, Jeray Foster is the one I really look at it, because I remember a couple of years ago after Nick's finished up his time here, and it's like, gosh, how are you going to make up for all this offense? And we were like, well, Jeray offers a little bit of offense. Well, what do we know? We hadn't seen it because we didn't recruit him. We didn't scout him in high school and didn't realize what a above the rim player he was going to be and have a terrific offensive game that continues to grow each year.
Exactly right.
And so that's what I've come to learn about this game is I don't know much about your freshman outside of Ethan just because of what we see from him, but I don't know much about the rest of your freshmen.
Right. Well, first of all, you know the most about Ethan because he plays a lot.
Exactly.
He's got a role that we play too. He's obviously very, very skilled at his position, and he shoots the ball, he can post it, he can pass it, he can drive it, and that became evident pretty early. And his role, he's asked to do a lot of things, and he's put up some darn good and amazing freshman numbers. The other guys, if asked, first of all, you look at their minutes, so opportunity, they haven't had lots of opportunity, and then especially the longer the season goes along, psychologically, the game is going. If you watch our team, the game was going towards Shake and Jeray and Benny Malagu early on. Of course, that's where that's your experienced, talented players. The game goes to them, and then over time, and then you get into conference, and it even becomes more accentuated than Jimmy's and the older players. So no, you're not asking them to score. You're not putting them in position to score, and then. And they know to defer a lot of times, but are they all capable? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, like let's start with William. William has got the same bug, if you want to call it. It's a great bug. It's our culture bug that helped Jeray get to where he's got. It helps Sterling go from where you started to the player he became. It helps Shimmy, who came in at one point a game. 1 year later, he's in the pros. That's not always going to happen. But the work ethic of the outside of practice, this is what I'm telling. This is what we're about as much as anything in the world, is trying to develop players. And we work with them round the clock as much as we can legally, but we also give them the tools to do it. The base, if they'll practice it and practice it and practice it, it is paid off. We have proof in these guys. William has gone right into that. William is working like crazy. His offensive game is just going to keep getting better and better and better. It will. His three-point shooting, if you watch him in practice, has just grown exponentially. Eli is a guy that Eli's got a lot of natural talent. He's incredibly quick. He's got a feel you cannot teach. Shockingly, he's really a good shooter, and yet in games he's not shot well.
Right.
He shot great in Canada. He shot great. We scrimmaged Texas and Colorado in the preseason. He shot awfully well in those. He shot really well in a lot of things that we've done. Just for whatever reason in games it hasn't caught fire, but believe me, he has a very good shot. But more than that, he's a talented player. He can make a lot of things happen out there. We just haven't put him in the position to stay out there and play through mistakes or whatever. We haven't. But I think he's got a really, really bright future. Everett Ray was really coming on. I'm not just saying this, but like he had really turned a corner right before he got hurt. It was like one of the most unfortunate injuries I've seen in so long, because you could tell that he had turned the dial to another level, and he was really starting to get more comfortable. He was more understanding, and not only that, he was playing at an intensity level that was going to force playing time. And it was coming at a great time. We were just getting ready for the Wichita, and then he got hurt right before that game with his ankle, and then of course he broke his foot in warm-ups. But another guy that we have a lot of belief in. He's a very good athlete. He's a very hard worker. He's got a really nice touch. He's got a potential to be really good on the post and as far out as three-point range. So we talk about all the time that all four of these guys, if they stay the course, if they just continue to work, are going to be very, very good college players, and hopefully maybe even somewhere beyond that.
Eli's colorblind, though, right?
Is he?
Well, have you seen his shoes?
Oh, yeah, God almighty. But, I am the all-time – there's a lot of things I'm bad at, okay? A lot of things I'm really bad at. And one of them is my power of observation of things I don't care about. It's just beyond awful. Like – I don't know what shoes anyone wears. I don't pay any attention. I've been around other coaches that, like, literally a guy could walk in the gym for 1 second, like, what are those shoes? What are those shoes you have on? I could go a month and not know that you were wearing spotted shoes. I honestly don't look at them. I don't notice them. I'm thinking about something else. So hey, I just said I'm not good at it. But I did kind of notice his. It's
like one's like a lavender or purple color, and the other one's like a neon greenish yellow.
I don't know, but
BJ Tyson noticed it yesterday for East Carolina when Eli checked in. He immediately was pointing at his feet.
He did?
Yes, and he's like, "What are you doing here?
You got the wrong shoes."
Yeah.
I just my feeling is, we live in a day and age guys think their shoes are helping them. So if they think it's helping them, I'm good with it. If they're the right brand, go with it. If it's going to make you feel better, I'm okay. I also played for a coach, so it comes from this. I played for a coach that was kind of on the other end of the spectrum, okay? And by gosh, there wasn't going to be a shoelace that was different. That not even the tip of a shoelace was going to be different. And it was so much, and this is again why I be lenient. I couldn't stand high top shoes, and back when I was playing, there was a lot of high top shoes, and some guys wore low top. I hated high top shoes, and I still to this day think it's the biggest scam ever. That little piece of leather is not protecting your ankle worth a darn. I don't know who thinks that. It is not helping you. Tape doesn't help you, for gosh sakes. That little piece of rubber is not going to do it. But anyway, so myself and my roommate Rolando Blackman. He hated them too. He hated high tops, and I hated high tops. And that's all we were allowed to wear. So I'm like, hey, Ro, I know he'll tell me no, but if you go in there, there's no way he's going to tell you no. There's
the
no
All-American
way.
can get away with it.
And if he tells
right?
you can wear them, then I can wear them. We're going to be good. So get in there and get us some low tops. So he goes in there, and exactly what I would have guessed. No, you're not going to wear them. So we had to wear the stupid high tops. So that's why I let guys wear whatever the heck they want. If it makes them feel good, if they feel good in the darn thing, if it makes them play better, then go with it. Who cares? Who cares?
I don't keep close enough tabs to know if he ever switches feet, though. Because he's got to have the opposite, right?
That's a good point.
I mean, it's two pairs of shoes, right?
I'll tell you what, it's a good point, and B, you're spending way too much time looking at Eli's shoes,
but
I think.
I have no idea if he ever switches them. I don't pay that much attention.
I'm going to start looking now.
I am going to start looking now. We're going to notice Thursday night when we're at Tulsa, all right?
Yes, okay.
I'll report back to you on that.
Thank you.
All right.
Coming
up next, we'll have the Ask the Coach segment on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
Tired of searching online for custom catering companies? Looking for someone who can craft a special menu for your event? Look no further. The Festive Kitchen has it all, from on-site lunches and drop-off catering to daily handcrafted food for your employees. Let the experts at the Festive Kitchen design a game plan for all of your catering needs. The Festive Kitchen also offers daily food shop specials, weekly entrees, and seasonal food shop menus. Find us at thefestivekitchen.com. That's thefestivekitchen.com.
The all-new BMW X3 was built for those who desire more. More passion, more exploring, more leaving your comfort zone and never returning. With iDrive 6.0, available safety features like active blind spot detection and xDrive intelligent all-wheel drive. Because for some, more isn't a maybe, it's a must. The all-new BMW X3, capable of more. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Test drive at one of your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
Wynn Transportation has been providing ground transportation services in the Dallas-Fort Worth area since 1985. With one of the largest fleets in the area, Wynn can handle your requests for executive sedans, corporate event transportation, and motor coaches. Wynn features the latest in reservation technology, including an app to book your executive travel. And in addition to their reliable service, Wynn has features such as Wi-Fi on their 55-passenger coaches. Wynn is proud to continue their support of SMU athletics.
J. Paul Roofing is not your ordinary roofing company. We see every job through from start to finish. We are licensed, insured, bonded, have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, have served Texas since 2010 with multiple offices around the state, and are a proud partner of SMU Athletics. Do you have damage from that last storm or just need your roof replaced? Visit jpaulroofing.com to schedule a free consultation and mention SMU for $500 off. At J. Paul Roofing, if you're not satisfied, then we're not finished.
While you're enjoying SMU basketball, More Disposal and Recycling Services is busy managing your trash. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. More Disposal offers complete waste management, from equipment purchases and installation to service and maintenance, all completed in-house. No job is too big or too small. We also offer Paper Retriever, a free paper recycling program for schools and churches. Call 214-357-HELP and let's talk trash. That's 214-357-HELP. Family owned and operated by SMU alumni, More Disposal supports SMU basketball. Pony up!
Business is a game, and if you want to win, you have to be faster, smarter, and more focused than the competition. Which is why SMU Cox offers the Fast Track 1-year MBA, designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Learn from world-class faculty, study with driven peers, and connect to a global alumni network spanning 80 countries. The Fast Track 1-year MBA, a major career highlight, only from SMU Cox. More online at coxgrad.com.
This is the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I am Rich Phillips, here with the coach of the SMU Mustangs every Monday night from 7 to 8 at Ozona Grill and Bar. We have an update on Eli's shoes, by the way. Nice lady here in the audience told me that her daughter asked Elijah recently, and they come that way from Nike.
And I'm so
Two
happy.
different colors.
I'm so happy that we did, and so now we know that it's just one pair of shoes.
There you go. We don't have to pay attention to that anymore.
Thank you for that.
So there you go. It is time for our Ask the Coach segment. It's brought to you by SMU's Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options with tuition reductions available for military personnel across the globe. Check it out at lyle.smu.edu. And first, I'll apologize to Gary from Ruston, Louisiana, because I took his question about the development of the freshman class and the role they'll play the rest of the season. Gary's thinking the same lines as I was, though.
Well, how about you? Just stealing his thunder,
stole his thunder.
for gosh sakes.
Apologies.
Say his name again
I
or
said
something.
Gary from
I
Ruston.
know, but keep saying
Gary
it.
from Ruston, Louisiana.
There you go. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks for listening every week from Ruston, Louisiana.
Absolutely.
Here's a question from Cody in Graham, Texas. Obviously, Wichita State and Cincinnati are in the hunt for the conference title. What other teams do you think do we need to be paying attention to for the conference and for the conference tournament?
A bunch.
All of them?
A
Just
bunch.
about.
I'll tell you, if Central Florida, I said this, I think it was last week, if Central Florida had not gotten just smacked by injuries, they've been, I mean, it's just amazing what has happened to them. They lost their best guard for a while. He's back. But at the beginning of the season, they lost the coach's son, Johnny Dawkins' son, who's an outstanding player for the year. And then, they lost Taco as well. That team was, I still think they were a top 25 team. I really do. That defensively, with him in the middle and the way they play defense, I mean, they were holding a lot of people in the 20. We talk about 20% shooting. They could hold you to 20% shooting. They could also hold you to 25 points, and that team was amazing. But now they're still good, but not like they were. Houston has obviously really got it going right now. They are very impressive. I've seen them on film versus some of our opponents, and they're a really, really good team. They're playing, they were good last year, but I think they're better this year. Beyond that, there's just so many teams on a given night. Our league is really the scores are surprising in our league, and the reason is because there's so many good teams. Like, it's not, you can't predict so many games. Every time you look up and you're like, wow, they beat them tonight, and that's when you've got a lot of quality. You got some talent, you got a lot of good coaches, and our league is way up this year.
Houston's the one that I think concerns me just because they got an X factor with a guy who could fill it up in Rob Gray.
Well, and we were hoping, that that would be one guy you could key on, but unfortunately they have another shooter that's just shooting the fire out of it. He's a new junior college player that they picked up, and he is really, really shooting the ball well. And one of their other guards from last year that didn't shoot it well is shooting it. So now all of a sudden you've got multiple guards coming at you. They're rebounding great. They've got a good inside game. Houston's good. They're very good.
And Chris and Allen sends in a question. We've talked a little bit about this. Jimmy Witt and Jamal McMurray stepping up with big games recently. Is that a matter of them finding themselves within this team, or is there something else there as part of it?
Well, that's a complicated question. First of all, it's hard for anybody to play great every night. I don't care how good you are. You just can't play great every night. You can't shoot great every night, and you don't score great every night for multiple reasons. Sometimes it's just because, hey, the guy guarding you was, sometimes we forget about the matchups. Well, sometimes you got a guy guarding you that might be the second best defender in the league. And, well, what happened to him tonight? Mm-hmm. Well, he's got the guy that's the unbelievable defender. Another one is, well, maybe they played zone tonight and you're great against the zone or man or whatever. And then sometimes you just get more opportunities than other based on how they covered you, how they cover our ball screens, how they cover our other actions. So there's so many things that go into it. Over time, I think, scorers score, and guys that don't score much over time. But I think, what you are hoping in this, I've said this a million times before, that you hope that you have enough players in your system, and this is why when you get depleted, it makes it much tougher. It puts more pressure on everyone. That on a given night, 2 or 3 or 4 guys really have big nights, and not everyone's going to have a big night. And but that's where there is more on their shoulders now, without question. I mean, come on, the lower your numbers, everybody's got to feel a little bit more load, and I think they're capable of doing that. But it's difficult every single night to have a great night. Very difficult individually to do that.
That is our Ask the Coach segment. SMU plays this Thursday night, 7 o'clock at Tulsa, and we will meet the enemy coming up next here on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
J. Paul Roofing is not your ordinary roofing company. We see every job through from start to finish. We are licensed, insured, bonded, have an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, have served Texas since 2010 with multiple offices around the state, and are a proud partner of SMU Athletics. Do you have damage from that last storm or just need your roof replaced? Visit jpaulroofing.com to schedule a free consultation and mention SMU for $500 off. At J. Paul Roofing, if you're not satisfied, then we're not finished.
The score's tied up. The clock's winding down. The Mustangs pull up for a last-second shot, and yes!
That's when you feel like this is your team. At Park Place, we work hard to make our luxury dealership feel like your place. With an unmatched lineup of world-class cars, dedicated sales experts always there for the assist. From championship-level dealership amenities to flawlessly executed technology, experience the thrill of victory at your place, Park Place. Learn more at parkplace.com.
We're here with Ruthie the Pig from Ruthie's Rolling Cafe. I hear you were voted best food truck in SMU, in the Park Cities, and the entire country. What's next? So what you're saying is people can book Ruthie's for a private event. That's a great idea. Ruthie, you know, since you're a pig, I have to ask, you do know that there's pulled pork and ham on the El Cubano sandwich. Where you go? No, stay here. Don't leave. Well, Ruthie must be headed to your private event.
Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms, the official freestanding ER of SMU, and your neighborhood no-wait ER. With 3 facilities conveniently located near you, we're able to provide the Dallas area with upscale, quality care for all your emergency needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit HighlandParkER.com for more information. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms. Pony up.
Here at SMU, it's all about you, the student athlete. The mission of Mustang U, built by Platinum Series Homes, is to create an environment which enables the student athlete to take charge of their development, cultivate transferable skill sets, and foster holistic growth as they prepare for successful life when they leave the hilltop. The vision of the Mustang U program is based on a foundation created through personal and career development, leadership, and community service. For more information on how you can make a difference, visit SMUMustangs.com/life skills to learn more. Mustang U, building champions for life.
Slater's 50/50 is baking it rain on Lower Greenville with our famous 50% beef, 50% bacon burgers. In fact, there's nothing we won't put bacon on. Milkshakes, wings, bacon ketchup for our tots. Yeah, we do that. So brunch on our rooftop or catch happy hour with 50 taps and all the big games on TV. Slaters5050.com. Burgers, bacon, beer.
Rolling on here on the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I'm Rich Phillips, and I'm with the head coach of the SMU Mustangs every Monday night from 7 to 8 here for the basketball season at Ozona Grill and Bar and on 770 KAAM. Time for our Meet the Enemies segment that is brought to you by the Cox School of Business, offering the new Fast Track one-year MBA designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Visit coxgrad.com for more information. This week, the enemy, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. It is a 7 o'clock tip on the road. We'll have the pregame at 6:45 here on 770 KAAM. One and only meeting that we have with Tulsa this season. One of the teams that we only see one time. And tell us what you know about them. I'm sure you started scouting last night after the game.
That's right. Well, first of all, you brought it up, so I'm going to follow it up. You know, we don't get Tulsa to come here. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm still not. I'm very confused by that. They're right up the road. It seems like we ought to be kind of a natural little rivalry. And
we don't go to Memphis either, one of the other teams close to us that puzzles me.
Yes. So anyway.
We don't draw it up, huh?
The imbalanced conference, when you don't play everybody twice. But definitely just feel like we ought to play Memphis and Tulsa twice.
Agreed. And Houston, we should play them twice. Which we do.
But I guess we could go on and on that. But let's talk about them. They if I'm not mistaken, they're the second most experienced returning team. Truth be told, they're the most experienced team returning from last year in our league. Wichita wasn't in the league, but Wichita is some 90-some% of their team back from last year. and Tulsa's like 70-something. They're number 2 in our league. So these guys, we know them all. They're back. They're improved. They've got a really, really good player. They're junior A2, I think, is how I'm not sure how to say it.
E2, I believe it is. Yeah,
he's really a talent. We've been impressed with him forever, and I wish he'd leave. I wish he'd go away.
I think we saw him the one year Rutgers was in the league when he was there, as a matter of fact, before he transferred to Tulsa.
Is that right?
He was at Rutgers, and I believe that was the first year we were in the American.
Wow. Okay. Well, good.
He's been around a while.
Good going. I didn't know that. I just remember him from Tulsa. But look at you.
Yes.
Going into the books. I like your study, and I
do
like
some
your
notes.
preparation here.
I
You don't
prepare.
just show up.
I don't.
You don't just show up. I didn't know that.
I like crack open the notes.
He should have stayed at Rutgers because he's a problem. Yeah.
I crack open the notes about at least 45 minutes before tip time.
I love it. I love it. By gosh, you're underpaid. And then they've got good guards.
Hey, thanks. Tell my
they've
boss
got,
that.
If I get a cut, they get. They've got really good guards. They've got good shooters. They've got an inside game. They go deep. They play a lot of people. He's changed. Frank has changed this year, which has been effective for them. They've always been kind of prided on being a man-to-man team, but now they're playing I don't know whether you want to call it a switching man or a matchup zone, kind of in what Cincinnati likes to do, which is very disruptive. And not easy to prepare for at all. They do a really good job with it, and just a change they've made this year. They've got a lot of similar size guys, and I think that's part of why he felt like he could do that. And it's given people problems, and I hope it doesn't give us problems, but I can tell you it is a problem to prepare for, and it's going to keep us up late last night, tonight, and tomorrow. Trying to figure it out.
I know one thing I don't like about the way the schedule worked is that we're playing them on a weeknight, and it's not during the holiday period, because I think it was 2 years ago we played them right after Christmas on a weekday, and then we played them on a weekend up there, I believe, last year, because we've made that almost not a road game the last few times we've been up there. There's been a ton of people who've made the drive up.
Yeah, there really has.
That being said, though, I would think we should have a decent showing with guys on our team like Ethan Chagwa and, of course, Shake Milton from Owasso just right outside of Tulsa. So still should be a pretty good crowd.
And Eli.
That's
now,
right.
We're well represented in
Yes.
Tulsa for sure. So, sometimes those can go either way when you get to go home and you play. I've seen guys play tremendous. Shake has knock on wood, has been amazing at when he's gone home.
Mm-hmm.
His freshman year, he went crazy there. I think he hit about 6 or 7 threes his freshman year when he went home to Tulsa. That was kind of one of his big coming out. I've seen it go the other way as well. I've seen guys go home, try too hard, and press a little bit, but I'm hoping that they all follow Shake's lead from his freshman year. But we do have 3 of them going home, and I know they're very, very excited, and I hope they give away about 2,500 tickets is what I hope. I hope they get every friend they've ever known to come.
Any worries about the way your team plays on the road? The record's obviously not great.
The road's hard.
Yeah.
And you got to be really, really, really good to win consistently on the road. But, yes, what's shocking is, the road's been tough to us. Like the way we shot at Connecticut, it was so rough. And yet we won at Wichita, and
you shot the ball well at TCU.
Yep.
They just shot the ball better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. So, yeah. I mean, the road is hard. So, of course, we've been much better at home than on the road, and we've got to just keep plugging away and hope that we can sneak some more road wins. That's a big challenge for us right now. We need to do that.
It's 7 o'clock on Thursday night. SMU plays at Tulsa. TV is on CBS Sports Network, and I'll have the radio call along with Alan Stone at 6:45 with the pregame, 7 o'clock with the tip right here on 770 KAAM. All right, coming up next, I want to do a weekend check with you, okay?
Okay.
We'll do that with Coach, with Tim Jankovich coming up next here on the Fast Track.
Mustangs basketball season has arrived. And our good friends over at the Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue have the perfect spot with the best patio in town. So head on over to Ozona and watch the madness unfold on TVs while eating some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice-cold drinks. Again, that's Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Look them up at ozonagrill.com. That's ozonagrill.com. Pony up, SMU. You expect high performance on the Mustangs home court and when you're on the road. That's why from the highway to the showroom, Park Place dealerships bring you the high-performance experience you deserve. 18 luxury dealerships across the Metroplex, dedicated sales experts who cater to you, luxurious amenities that make every way wonderful, and a commitment to high-performance excellence that makes Park Place feel like your place. Park Place, proud sponsor of SMU basketball. Learn more at parkplace.com.
Are you really into food? I mean, really into food? Do you slice your own bacon? Do you have a favorite squash? Do you know what truffles taste like? Can you spell bouillabaisse? Does the phrase sauce packet make you sad? When I say cheese, do you smile? Have you ever read a cookbook and thought, now this would make a good movie? Do you like chicken piccata? Getting caught in lo mein? Ever thought of getting figgy with it? Are you really into food? If the answer's yes, Central Market awaits. With handmade sausages, an on-site bakery, acres of veggies, and aisles of experts, this is where you get consumed by food. Iceberg lettuce, Titanic shrimp, angel hair, and devil's food. From juicy white cherries to black molasses, Central Market is ripe with succulent samples and fresh perspective. Fill a basket with your favorites and fill your head with ideas. Central Market, for those really into food. Visit our 5 DFW locations, including our newest store at Preston Royal.
It's our last segment this week of the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich. I'm Rich Phillips, the head coach of the SMU Mustangs. Come see us next Monday night from 7 to 8 here at Ozona Grill and Bar, talking SMU basketball. Our last segment this week is brought to you by Nissan. A win for your team is a win for you, too. There's nothing quite like it except driving a Nissan. Visit ChooseNissan.com and take on today. Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics. So I shouldn't have asked you this during the commercial break there, but I had to ask Coach because I know you get pretty honed in on one thing, SMU basketball and who SMU basketball is playing each week, and I asked you if you even knew the Super Bowl was this weekend. You almost seemed surprised.
I actually did not know the Super Bowl was this weekend. No, I would have guessed it the next weekend because I vaguely remember a lot of the playoffs being on.
I mean, there's only going to be about 110 million people tuning in Sunday. So,
okay.
No, it's not that big of an event, right?
And maybe not I'll be one of those 110 million. There's at least 110 million people that know that it is this Sunday. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I kind of think I would have thought it was next week, honestly. But I do know who's in it.
You did. You had that right.
I did catch that, yeah. So I don't want to, I'm not as dumb as I look. Okay,
Philadelphia, New England.
Yes.
Will you be tuning in? Will you? You got a weekend off, right? Nothing else going on?
Yeah.
Hanging out at the house all weekend?
I will definitely watch now that I'm positive what day it is, thanks to you.
You need a channel, a time, or anything?
No, I'll figure that out. I think I can get that done. I think I can. And I think I will watch. I usually do like to watch the Super Bowl. For whatever reason, I don't know, but I do, and so it'll be interesting. And I know who I'm for, and I don't think they'll win, but we'll see.
You can't be for the Eagles.
I can't?
No.
I just like that.
Can
It's not because I'm an Eagles fan.
No.
I'm not an Eagles fan.
No.
It's not because I'm an Eagles fan. It's just, somebody else kind of a deal. I kind of like somebody else, I mean, I think, I don't know how you go against Patriots and Brady and Belichick. I don't know how you go against them, and I'm not. But I'm just saying, that'd be a heck of a story if those guys lose their quarterback. I do know that. They lost their quarterback late in the season, and they were an amazing team. And then in the end, they still find a way to pull it off. I think it's a great story. So I know that it'll be hard for me not to root against them.
I can't root for any other NFC East team. That's the problem.
I get that.
Eagles, Redskins, Giants, all out.
Or you could look at it the other way and say, in the division, you should be rooting for our division. But you're not.
No,
you're not.
I can't do it.
You could be loyal to your division, but
no.
Hey, who am I to criticize?
Generally, I'm loyal to the conference, but not if it's one of those three teams from the division. No.
I see. Yeah, okay. No. That makes great sense to me. Okay.
Anybody else with me on that? No Eagles, right?
No, not one person in here is with
you.
Not
one person is with
because they have kind hearts and they're good people.
That is some of the least support I think I've ever gotten here on this
exactly.
show. Well, with that, we'll get ready for Super Bowl Sunday. Also get ready for SMU basketball Thursday night, 7 o'clock at Tulsa. Let's have a good week here this week, shall we?
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for coming very much.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you here next Monday night from 7 to 8 at Ozona Grill and Bar and on 770 KAAM. And join me at 6:45 for the pregame, 7 o'clock for the tip Thursday night for SMU and Tulsa. Thanks to Coach. Thanks to everybody for joining us here for the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich.
On the Mustang Sports Network, live from Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue, the Fast Track with Tim Jankovich has been brought to you by BMW. Test drive one at your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers. Credit Union of Texas. Be a part of something unexpected. CUTX.org. Experience more. The Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options. Visit lyle.smu.edu. Also by Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Find your comfort zone. By Ruthie's Rolling Cafe, voted the best grilled cheese in Texas. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Mustang Sports Network.